Hey everyone, Robert Swanson here with Comic Crusaders. I'm standing by a very talented individual, the man, the myth, the legend, the wonderful Andy Kuhn. Andy, how are you?
Doing great.
Fantastic. How has Denver Comic Con, or Pop Culture Con, excuse me, been treating you so far?
So we've only had one day so far, but it's been incredible. I mean, I was busy front to back. It was,
That's
amazing.
fantastic to hear. So everybody knows you primarily, I would say, as being one of the most recognizable turtle artists. Would you agree with that?
I guess at least for the last 6 or 7 years, that's been the main focus of my career, such as it is.
So I was going through some of your work last night, and something that caught my eye that I wanted to ask you about was the giant size Kung Fu Bible.
Stories.
Yes.
Okay, that was a one-off thing that was put together by Eric Larson, and it's basically just a kind of a tribute to the old Treasury Edition comics from the 70s that Marvel and DC would put out. They were giant-sized comics, and so it was basically just a giant size. It wasn't Bible stories. It was basically just weird one-off stories, and I did a story in there called Frankenstein of Mars, and a bunch of really talented people were in it, and it was just a cool fun thing to do.
Nice.
So
yeah, no, the title definitely caught my eye. I was like, oh, why did I never hear of this?
the title was Eric Larson's, and the whole idea was his thing, and I was just like, man, anytime I get to be in a Treasury Edition comic, I'm there.
You're there?
Yeah.
So when I was going through some of your other work, I didn't realize, because I had a couple of these issues as a kid, was the Spider-Man Unlimited line based on the TV show.
Yeah.
When you look back on things going back that far to where you're at now, does it blow your mind? Does it like?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was a really cool job. Basically, we were me and Eric Stevenson was the writer, and he's now the publisher of Image Comics. We were. It wasn't adaptations of the show. It was basically just our version of, things that, of the events and places in the show. But it was a fun gig. It only lasted 6 issues, but it was really a fun thing to draw.
Well, I definitely had a few of those issues, so it was kind of weird to see that. It just kind of.
I've gotten to draw Spider-Man several times. Almost every time I get to draw him, though, he's not in the classic Spider-Man costume. That was one. I got to draw him as the Iron Spider character that Joe Quesada designed.
During the Civil War run?
Yeah. But I have not really gotten to draw much of him,
just
regular Spidey.
So with your work on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, to segue, I was trying to go through the issues and see where you started with that. So I'll just ask you, how did you get brought on to work on the franchise?
So I had done a fair amount of work for IDW prior to them getting the Turtles license. And when I heard they got the Turtles, I basically just, bugged my editor and just said, hey, I'm sure you already have somebody, but if you ever need somebody to draw some turtles, give old Andy Kuhn a call. And he's like, I'll keep you in mind. And usually that means I will not keep you in mind. but this time he actually did. He about 6 or 8 months later, he got back with me and said, do you want to draw a Michelangelo one-shot? And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. And then from there, that led to 4 issues on the regular series and a bunch of mini-series and one-shots. That were all turtle related.
When you did the Michelangelo one-shot, was that the micro issue?
Yeah.
did you have any say on which turtle you got? Were they like,
No.
hey, this is the one, you want to do this, this is the one you get?
No, they basically had it all planned out, but I mean, I'm really glad that, because Michelangelo he's kind of my guy now, you know, because I got that he was my first guy to draw, but on top of that, he's kind of the funny guy in the Turtles, and that's sort of my personality too. So it was a good match.
Awesome. And recent news surfaced that you played a part in some of the, if I understand it right, the character designs or consulting on the new movie, the animated movie, the Turtles
Batman
of Batman
versus TMNT. I did character designs on that movie. This was all last year, and really hadn't got to see anything more about it until until almost when it came out, when they released the first trailer, and I was like, ooh, that looks really cool, because it was a great gig.
It was a very fun movie.
Yeah, I also got to do character designs on an Adam Strange short, which hasn't come out yet. They're doing a bunch of DC shorts of sort of lesser known characters that they're going to put out on their digital platform
on
first,
the DC Universe
and then eventually I guess they'll put them together in a DVD or something.
Oh, that's very cool. That's very cool that you got a chance to work on Adam Strange. Adam Strange doesn't get that much love.
No, it's a cool story too.
Very cool. I'm very excited to hear that. So before I let you go, I thought I'd do something a little fun here. Right over here, NECA Toys makes some amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, and I'm glad I chose wisely, did the research on Michelangelo here. So, out of the four, which Michelangelo do you personally like?
I mean, they're all really cool. It's amazing to me how resilient the Turtles are. You know, there's every 7 years or so, there's a new version of the Turtles, and there's a new set of fans, and it's just, whatever version was like, when you were about 12 years old, that's your version for life,
right?
But I mean, I got to go classic.
Classic, right there.
Yeah, but they're all really cool. That's
awesome. Well, sir, I won't take up any more of your time. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. This is Robert Swanson from Comic Crusaders signing off.